Well, this is as good as I'm going to be as usual, but I'm getting there. I've got my iPad all set up today and a space for it, and figured out how to get it like correctly plugged in so I could do the FaceTime on it. So if it craps out, I have my phone over here. So we will figure this out as we're going. Yeah, I'm going to turn maybe the ringer off. I'm not sure what that's all about. That's the bad part with technology, is that there's little bits of interruption sometimes. So we will get started anyhow. Hello, Joanne. I am trying to get organized here. Not as I was busy. It was a clean day today for me, so I'm just trying to find a better spot. So my 3D printing son is going to be printing me a nice little stand for my iPad. He has one for my phone, but he was too busy doing exams to do one for my iPad. So I will get him. He's on time off, so he owes his mama. Anyway, so I have to figure out how to reply. So just a second. Hi, back. Well, maybe this is better than my phone, at least. At least I can type. My other one, I had to lift it up because it's got the cord underneath, and then try and poke it tiny little keys. So this one's nicer, so thank you. So let's see. So as people bop on, I'm a little earlier today. I think, and I'll put up kind of a consensus out there for people, whether they want to kind of do. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Hopefully it's not too dark. Because I don't have the stand, I can't play with where my iPad sits. So, and then I got my little ring light over here to try and brighten up my room a little bit more. So working on it anyhow. It's always a work in progress. Today was cleaning day today for me. Clean, put things away, go through my desks, like 2 bags of garbage. Do I really need all this? No, I do not. Purge, purge, purge. Starting my new year out with trying to get a cleaner slate and a handle on certain things too. So with that in order, as people kind of jump on, it's been a really interesting, before I kind of get into the topic of what I thought we'd kind of get into, I actually had the most deepest meditation this afternoon. I'm sure that I was comatose. I was like, when you wake up and you have your face and it just feels like you packed on 10 pounds, and just assimilating. There was such a big energy shift probably about 2 days ago with the solar flares, and lots of solar flares and lots of energetic flying around. They're really putting it into, it was probably one of the highest times for energies coming through. And I had to really set back. The one day I was really gnarly. It was a real, I'm going to call it an ass kicker. Might as well call it what it is. And it really set me on my tail, kind of all my triggers, all my, just things that it just felt like it was kind of bubbling up and coming to the surface. And then once I kind of got past through that day, and I went to bed earlier to meditate, just to kind of ground down and, just see where I was, coming from. And one of the true things was being, as my guides were coming through, be reflective, Lori. This is, be a little lighter in some things. This is coming, all the things that you've worked so hard for, it's time. And so I kind of laid back then after I was done the meditation and sat back, and I thought about things, and I could feel, I actually physically feel the layers just like slough off. It was really a real enlightening feeling when I was done. I felt like somebody had taken like a cleaner brush and put just brushed it across my body, and I was ready to let go. and feeling better about it, the whole process, feeling better about my choice of where I'm at, feeling good where, you know, so many things that I had to let go of, feeling better on the path that I'm choosing with going on the road and doing some more readings and stepping up to the plate more, doing more schooling. And I'm really enjoying all of those. The schooling is part of my journey. I love learning. I love knowing other people's perspective and what's out there. And I think it's going in, this is where the topic comes through. I feel like kind of like Star Trek The Enterprise, if you really want to really delve deep into my quirky side of myself, is like going on beyond where the stars are and what's out there. What does the universe have to offer, me and for everyone around? Because as I'm going in, it's like going in where there's no man has gone before, and I can just hear like Captain Kirk at the helm going, okay, let's go. Where are we going? And the ship just takes off and goes. And so it's just trusting the process that, you don't have to be into control of everything. You can just pick your journey and just close your eyes and go like Star Trek and go, okay, onward we go. Wherever we go, we're going to hit that portal and time shift away. And that's kind of where this particular journey is going. It's, it's, as a lighter note, I called it tonight to settle in with oracle cards and tea. Well, you can have tea. I'm having mine. And my pretty little angel cup that was given, that my friend had, that I've kept all her angel cups, and settling with just looking at what we're going to talk about, bold, and why this particular shift can be very bold feeling, but reining it in with some more sensitivity, and just doing spirit chat, and we'll do a little meditation at the end. Nothing real, too wild, and for the meditation, just enough to kind of just bring you back to center again. So, and I don't know how everybody else's weeks are going. What I gather from other people that I've kind of talked with is that they're going through the same time shifts where they're feeling really, at sorts one day, like it was just a couple days ago. And this is this 5D shift, moving energies from the 3D to the 5D. And it's a big shift, and, putting on your big girl pants and you're ready to roll. It's that big fire horse energy that's coming through, and the spirit guides want you to move forward. It's all, that's growth, and it could be a tiny step. It can be, just one moment that you say, I can do that, or I'm going to leave that behind, or like today, purging the, 6 desk drawers for me. Do I really need this? Like, why I've got 8 copies of this, toss 5. I don't need all this stuff. It's reliant on sometimes, and that's old energy too. So like I'm revamping my meditation workshops. They're not the same as what they used to be. So why would I teach that? So it's redoing it all in order to bring it to current 5-dimensional energies and what people would like, but still not going too wild and crazy. That the spirit team guide that I have has asked me to revamp it in a loving way. So with this, we're going to talk about some, lots of different sensitivities, how the soul wrestles with, and how to be bold without losing our softness. And I think that that's a good, because I can get very abrupt. My kids will tell me that. It's like, bam! I can be on them like flint. But then I also have to pull back that they are very sensitive too. But sometimes, though, being bold and with meaning and not being aggressive is not being loud and forceful or hardened. So, sometimes my kids go, well, you kind of yelled loud. Well, sometimes that's the point across I need to get. Like, sometimes, the soft little brick doesn't work. It needs to be a big wallop. But in this time and frame, depending on what the topic is or what you're moving into for spirit, forcing those into being loud and forceful and hardened, like I said, tend to embrace what the softness around you is as well too. It doesn't, and sensitivity isn't about feeling, weak. It's not about feeling unsure or not self-confident about yourself. It's about being true to yourself. True boldness is speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes, because that's actually when the truth is. Holding back, I call it a withhold. If you're not being truthful, sometimes truth hurts, and sometimes it's not hurtful for maybe, well, it could be hurtful for both parties, but it's also truth. If you don't tell your truth, you're hurting them even more. And so speaking up and being truthful and getting past that fear base, is what you're standing in your authentic self, and they don't grow unless you tell them. They won't know what's going on unless you tell them. And that's sometimes what you need to do, because if you sweep it under the carpet, what happens? Dust bunnies, all of them. And so stop sweeping it under the carpet, because eventually that carpet is going to be a big boulder on top of your carpet. And then what? You trip, you fall. So if you would have done, your truth telling at the moment in time, you wouldn't have all these dust bunnies under your rug. So that's kind of where, this is going at the end of the day. I kind of had to really look at truth bombs. Truth bombs are great some days because, I've had a few this week already. And, you can do it in a very professional manner too. I have to deal with a lot of different professionals in different wakes of my life. On my other hat that I wear, the spiritual mama, and then I'm the real mama with my kids. But even though they're adults, I still have to wear a different hat when I'm talking to their professionals, whether it's tutors, whether it's teachers, or whether it's social worker, because they're on the they're both neurodivergent. So I have lots of little hats that I have to wear, lots of paperwork. Sometimes it's doctors, and I get, I have to advocate in many different facets. And so being bold, but is something that I've had to really learn how to do. I really didn't like stepping into that realm because it made me feel uncomfortable. And uncomfortable really didn't get me any place. Hello, Alana! Wait, I got my iPad. I can answer back better. Let me go hard here. Oh, I'm having a fun party tonight. And then my light falls over. Just a minute. There we go. Lots of hearts, lots of fun tonight. I got my iPad going. I got my big ring light. I've got my little my phone on the side here. I'm a rockin' tonight. I just need my son to build me, I said, a little stand to bring me up a little bit. I'm a little too much airspace. More iPad up. So anyway, with the bolds, I digress back through all the professionals, and having to step out into my realm, I've had to learn how to advocate very boldly for each of my children, because if they didn't get their services for what they need, they'd be left behind. Sorry, there is no nice team at the end of the day when it comes to stuff like that. It's just like boldness sometimes isn't very pretty either. So sometimes getting, real, not forceful, but with sensitivity and you shouldn't have to set your boundaries without needing to explain or defend yourself either. And I used to tend to do that. I used to justify sometimes how I would feel. Well, that doesn't serve its purpose either. So why? You don't need to be sorry if you're setting up and being truthful with yourself. Sorry is for the other person, is for yourself, not for the other person. So it's just trusting your inner voice, knowing that over all this, I call it the stinking thinking theory, and over external noise, little voices. But the stinking thinker is the little green guys on your shoulders. And they kind of hold you back and say, don't do that, you have to be a nice girl. And that's a lot of times as, females, I was taught in my lifetime, to be seen and not heard. So there would be like card nights. And so I'd be with, my parents would invite, they called it the gang, the card people, come over to the house. They kind of all get together once a month and play cards. And the motto was, you can come and join us, but you can be seen and not heard. oh, okay. And so that wasn't just like female-ist orientated, but that was more, you know, adult to children. Children were to be seen and never heard. And also too, it can reflect too in the field of the industry, like even in retail, like, you know, I'm 60. I'll be 61 in 2 weeks. Shh. It, we have to really look at, it's okay as a female to be bold and still be sensitive and have that balance between ourselves. So knowing that it's okay to step into our true selves and stating what we want, it's not something that is a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. And so this is our year 2026. The Fire Horse is all about stepping into our power, stepping into our self awareness, that power center that we have, and deeply listening to ourselves, to be aware, to come with emotional intelligence, intuition, guiding our actions. So it's really listening, really going to the heart center of everything that we're going through to be able to guide ourselves into the right direction. Sometimes it takes a day or two. Like sometimes I have to really, you know, do 2 or 3 days of really, you know, inputting through spirit guides. Because sometimes spirit guides aren't going to just wallop you on the head and say, and they speak like a person, like I would with, you know, my kids or with a person or a client. Sometimes they're gentle whispers, and sometimes we don't slow down enough to really hear the sensitivities. So working at it, which I'm, you know, that's something I'm really, you know, working on right now. I'm taking quite a few intuitive classes to do that, just to kind of really see other ideas and facets what other people use. And I love learning. Like it's fun, and it's just really stopping. Don't abandon your peace either, and choosing. I guess too, part of boldness and then jumping into the sensitivities is, I think we reach for that sense of approval, and that's old patterns. So no, being sensitive, you don't have to seek that approval anymore. It's just moving forward without force. Know exactly where you want to go and what you want to do. And so listening to yourself. Here's a thought. Where in your life are you being called to be a little braver? Well, that was really reflective for me. Where do I have to be a little braver? Yeah, Facebook Live, I had to really step into that. I go back actually and look at some of my original ones I started. I had a lot of fun. I'm missing the outdoor ones. I don't mind going outside still. But I like my bench and painting and doing all those fun things outside, because that's part of who I am, that creative approach. But I don't need to be tough. Like I don't need to be a tough exterior to feel powerful. Your sensitivity is your strength enough that makes your boldness true. So know that this is about balance, about finding your true self. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm watching everybody grow and people being so brave to come on too. See, that's part of boldness and being sensitive is allowing people space to be here. And I'm learning so much, and my kids learn space. You know, okay, this is my mom's time for her, because I've dedicated, you know, 90% of my time to my kids, and it's just time, and it's not selfish, it's just time. And out of that, I feel better, then they also feel better. So it's like a chain reaction. It allows them to be them at the end of the day. And you know what? They screw up, you know, or do something, they have to learn. I cannot be there to enable them either. I have to be able to allow them the space to grow on their own accord and make their own choices and decisions. And it's just stepping away. And it's a bit of a process for me, because I've always been that big advocate for my kids. And so it's a big learning process. Same with clients. I have to really think about too, my readings are changing as I'm evolving too, and where I want to go. Like, maybe I bop off and do some fun things in, go on a little jump in the vehicle and trek and do readings on the road on the mainland area. Maybe I piper my arse right into Alberta and do some fun things there. I haven't quite got there yet. I'm still asking the spirit team what's in store for me this year. Not all is revealed, and I have to learn to be patient, and I'm not always that patient either. So I don't really want to get in. So what I'm going to do is pull some cards. Because I took about 6 out. Hang on here. I got to find them. Whoops. Mixed my stuff here. Paper in front of you. Sorry about that. I had to have decks and stuff like that. So I'm going to pull some cards. These ones are, who are we? Oh, these are Colette's. Okay. Missed 2. So without further ado, with bolds, and feel free to input your any comments about being bold. What is it that maybe you've done, that is one thing that you've been brave about, that you stepped out? I think that's, and it could be just a little thing. It could be maybe you went out for coffee with somebody that you don't typically ever want to, not so much that you didn't want to go out for coffee with them, but don't normally go out for coffee with, period. And you really learned a lot with them when you were out. What is it that you found in your life, that one thing that you were brave and you stepped forward and allowed space not only for you because you went out, but also space for the other because they got to receive you as well, and had wonderful conversations? What in your life were you bold about, that you stepped out of your safety zone and moved more forward? That's more what it is at the end of the day. So let's pull some cards. I need a drink, just a sec. Water, not a real drink. Tea works too. It's one of those days. It's very chilly on Vancouver Island, but no snow yet. We were supposed to go skiing next week, but the mountain has got no snow. They shut our lifts down. So the birthday girl, who's going to be 19, we had to pick a different genre. So we decided on a wellness week. We decided to go into a realm where typically, I don't think that we always allow ourselves to go into, is treating ourselves with sensitivity. So her and I sat down, and I surprised her with going to a spa for part of a morning, and then walking along Victoria's Lovely, because there's so many little shops that she can go into in vintage. And so it's about stepping into her reality, that she is a young woman just turning 19, and how do you want to treat yourself? Do you want to stay back here and and not look at yourself in a female fashion, and it's allowing that space, that it's okay to be quiet and letting others work on you, and not sitting back and just feeling ill at ease or that scared. So it's a real eye opener for her, and so I'm really fortunate to be able to allow her that space to go and experience that for herself, and hopefully she will take that self-awareness and treating herself as a female and womanhood as she progresses, as she moves along. Oh, there we go. See, the cards are falling. Okay. Sorry, snort. Body and soul. Well, that about spells it all from what we're talking about. The other side is great. So with body and soul, I'm looking at, how do we treat ourselves? How do we treat our own body? And so that we can create a better, a more whole soul. And so that goes back to, what I was talking about, going away for a few days just to treat our body and soul to kindness, to love, to respect, to setting boundaries for ourselves. We shouldn't always be in the do and go. Sometimes it's nice to be quiet, to allow that energy, to allow your spirit team, to allow the soul to move more forward. And so that's what this body and soul card is about. What a wonderful card. This is Colette Baron-Reid's deck. The seven energies is what it is. One of my favorites. All right, continuing on. Oops. The Oracle's Gift. Don't know who this one's for. Ooh, my poor little my lap moved. The Oracle's Gift. And so what, out of boldness also and sensitivity, what gifts do you have that you want to bring more forward? Now, gifts can be, psychic, it can be classes, it can be, what do you want to grow more for yourself? What do you want to look deeply back for yourself to bring more forward? This is about setting your precedents for your, a lot of us look at our vision boards and we go big or go home, kind of. And then sometimes I think our inspirations are so big that I think we get overwhelmed. So I think this week is about reflecting, and the Oracle's Gift is about, hello, Tracy! Wait, I get to say hello. Hello. Hi. I have to type slow. There we go. Aw. And so the Oracle's Gift, I digress. Sorry, I squirrel energy again today. That's what happens when you have a little nap in the afternoon after a meditation, and it was a goodie. Yay! And I'm presuming it's cold there too. It's chilly here. And so what is it that you want to bring forward for yourself? What do you want your life to look? And with the, I was looking at the vision board. I still haven't created all of mine. I got lots of little things that I want to swirl around, but I also don't want to overwhelm myself with just like 100 million of my ideas. This is the time to kind of revisit if you started your vision board, and what do you really want to hone in on? And, it's setting some, not just boundaries, but maybe you want to section it off a little bit more so it doesn't look so overwhelming, and being able to go, I really want to do that, but now that I've had thoughts about that, maybe not right now, but maybe later. So it's kind of resetting your intentions so that they're more achievable and successful, but also you're fine tuning it to where you want to go. Oh, I'm so excited. Shuffling away. Oh my goodness. Big clumps of cards here. Okay, Spirit. Well, that was like 30 of them. I'm not reading 30 at a time. It's just because my hands are cold. It's very damp today out in the island. They have fog advisories out, so it's like pea soup outside. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Tracy. Oh, there goes one. Close Encounters. So this is for anybody out there that, sorry, Spirit's just kind of downloading here. There's a lot of spiritual energy around. Lots of the energies, people from the other... Hello, Courtney. Lots of people from the other side are really excited for this 2026 energy. My pictures have been moved in my house. Things that I thought I had in one place are gone. They're in another place. And it's really understanding that they're coming through at 100 miles an hour. Really excited about the energies for each and every one of you. And so if you're getting a sense like maybe the lights flicker a little bit, or your microwave turns on, because that happens in my house too, and or just anything that feel a feather that you find outside or a dime, just know that, close your eyes for a minute and ask yourself, okay, who's here? Maybe it's a smell of perfume. The other day I get songs, and then I can't let that song go until I can sing it out, find the words, and then I know exactly who it is. And it's like, well, thank you, I get it. And asking for the message as it comes in kind of quiet whispers. So know that your guides and also your people that are on the other side are really trying to get your attention, and you can ask them to help you. Our spirit guides are we have a whole team of them, and they're all specific for, you know, different jobs and activities. They're just so excited. You can have spirit guides. Yeah, I'm finding quarters. I think inflation hit at my house, and I'm just being silly. And but you know, the other day I walked across to Boston and there was a quarter on the ground. I'm like, oh, I like that. It's like a double header. And it just, so just know that they're around, and staying in touch, playing music at nighttime just to remember someone. That's what these closer encounters are about. Having that genuine conversation that they're never far away. Okay. Oh, they're telling me a different deck. Alrighty. Okay, so now I'm into the Wild Offerings Oracle. Told you, it's Oracle and a tea, so I'm hoping you guys got your tea or hot chocolate, or if you're really wonderful and you have a glass of wine, good for you. Maybe later I might have a glass of red. These are from Tasha Silver. They're just a smaller deck, so they're a little easier to handle, but they have many more encryptions, so I'm going to ask what the spirits... Get a lot of female presence today. Older. Female, older. And this one pulls out aging. I am one with unlimited love, beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty. A vessel for all the divine Shatiki. So that's what this one is. Hopefully everybody can read it. It looks like it's backwards, so, but I can't make it go differently. And so this, you can see the lotus flower blooming in the bottom and the butterfly at the top. And all of this is about evolving. It's moving past the shift of the boundaries into true self, lightening up, and welcoming that every year you're not just aging, you're gaining knowledge. And that's what takes you to the next level, is allowing yourself that space that, you know what? I have more if I didn't know that, if I knew that now, I wouldn't have done it then. But you didn't gain that experience to get you to that place. So know that you're needed in this moment in time. It's the knowledge that you're taking with you. And so I look at this when I'm looking at this for me. You know, I'm going to be 61 in 2 weeks. What have I done? And I'm thinking, oh yes, I've done a lot. But I want to know more. And I've got such opportunities to go out and do. I would like to be able to go out and do speaking engagements, and oh boy, I did say that out loud, didn't I? And somebody told me I'd be doing speaking, and I really would like to do that. I think I've got so much inside of me to tell. I've got to go to story, and my hope is one person would relate to what my life was like. So any thoughts and ideas, and feel free to poke them in the comment pile, or maybe I've bit off more than I can chew. So again, from here, they're telling me a couple more on this one. Actually, they're telling me to blend this one. So I'm going to pull it and then pull another. Oh, there we go. There's this one, and hang on, goes with. This is the Soul Coaching deck too. I really like Denise Lynn's. This was my brand new deck. It was my early birthday Christmas present. Reminds me of the ocean, and because of the blues just on the front of them. And when it's nice outside in the day, it's crystal blue. It's just so beautiful. Nighttime, here like the prairies, it can get really bright. The stars are amazing. Denise is waiting just for one. There's one. Faith and abundance. So these two together. So with faith, know that you'll always be looked after. And abundance isn't just finances either. This is about you're filling your soul up. What do you want to bring to your plate that makes you happy, makes you full? What do you want to learn? Abundant is about everything in your spectrum of your life. So I'll read the card. Divine Beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I feel my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. And that's really what it is. It's so this time of the shift into the 5D is really opening up that heart, that soul, feeling very heart-led to allow that abundance to flow within you. And it releases the ego, because that allows then you to receive from somebody else. And it could be receiving from spirit, it could be receiving from a friend, a family member, it could be receiving from your children, it can be just receiving purely from the divine. And so abundance is finally letting go of all those barriers and all those boundaries and being brave and letting it in. And that's what this whole day for me has been about, is boundaries and being sensitive about it. And that's what this is. But having faith with it to allow and know that she's, here you can see she's opening up her heart to the universe. That's what faith is, true faith. You can write down all your golden plan all you want, but the spirit guides know when to do it, how to do it, and how to put the plan in action. You just have to let it go. You just need to let them know, here's what I'd like to do. You put the plan out there to them. Please help me. This is my adventure team of financial, spirit team. And they're with everything. You can have, if you're taking a cooking class, you can ask your spirit guides. I need my team of spirit cooking guides. Please help me pass my course. Or please find me more recipes. Or, you can have one that needs to do all your paperwork for you. Can you help embellish me and understand all these papers for me? And the spirit team is just so excited. You just have to ask. And they're there for you. Where am I going here? Again, with Denise Lynn. Oh, there's one. Wisdom. Now, I don't know who this one's for, but we're just pulling them, and you guys get to decide if that's for you or what the knowledge you want. Wisdom, and well, yesterday I was kind of missing my owl. I have an owl in the backyard, and that's who I call him, Hootie Hoo. And Hootie Hoo sometimes has his Hootie Hoo partner in crime. I haven't seen the baby Hootie Hoots yet, but they hang around, and they're about wisdom. They're about watching too. They're very stealthy, but they're also I'm trying to describe the visual that they're showing me. They play a story part. So if they're looking for something and want something, let's say they're hunting, they'll play a wounded soul to try and bring that prey that they want to them, but they're not wounded. So they come across as, oh, I'm very vulnerable. Oh, I'm really, I need more help. And then all of a sudden, no, I've got it. I've got what I need, and I'm going to go. And that's kind of like, again, too, being brave. They've had to step out and put themselves in harm's way to get what they need. But they're also sensitive enough to be vulnerable, to offer their own wisdom, to fly away with what they want. They're also watchers. I find that they're very intriguing, because I know that at my son's graduation, we were all sitting outside. That owl sat outside for 7 hours while we were out there, while the boys set up the chairs to the afternoon, where we had, people in the backyard sitting and chatting away. He had this little stick that he sat on outside right above us, and he never left. It was like he just knew, being the wise owl, And a lot of times with graduation, they show like an owl in their little grad cap. And I thought, how fitting for my son being, he worked very hard to graduate. He spent an extra year and he had to face, quite a few challenges with school, but he did it. And that was his acknowledgement, was having this wisdom, having this owl near his energies in order to assist him in his next travels of life. And so now he's doing wonderful. Like, he's in his third year university at home here. So he's doing computer science, and look at him go. Look at him rise to the occasion, being brave and stepping out of his box. So it's just, he, being homeschooled, he had to learn how to adapt and be flexible. And that's what this owl card is about too. Changing with the times, and just sometimes sitting back very quietly and being very reflective. So what in your life do you need to be more reflective as well too, to be able to sit back, be quiet, and wait for your moment, and then speak your truth? And that's what this is about, being sensitive about your truth too, but getting your point across without sweeping it under the carpet. Okay. I'm going to go. This is another deck. This is, this is Earth Magic by Stephen Farmer. One of my older decks. But I do like it because it's just, I love my decks. I have like 100, I'm sure. I love them all. They're like when you walk along. When I walk along a beach, it's like all my cards. I'll take 2 or 3 decks with me, and it's like, oh, who am I taking today? I have so many, but I love them all. They're all individual. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry about that. Dance. What in our lives is that we need to celebrate? Well, celebrating you. We're coming to a time in the 2026, leaving all that crap behind, and letting it go. It's time to celebrate you. It's time to, just get up and be yourself. It's time to, dance your own tune too. Do you need to be like everybody else, or do you want to be just you? That's what this card is about. Dance, and the rest will follow through. Spirit doesn't want you just to sit idly by. They want you to get up. They want you to move, because physically you will feel better too. And lately I've been going out, and I just started doing jogging. Oh my God, can you imagine me jogging? But I am, and because I feel better. Ooh, did you? That's neat. And that also helps the soul. Dance also brings about movement in all your different chakra areas as well too, so it lights you up. It gets your body and your chakras moving. It opens up your receiving end of yourself too, because you're moving your hips, which is about self-esteem, self-worth. It's your emotion, creativity, your second chakra. It opens all that nurturing, that caring, that because you're just letting yourself go. And that's again too, go boldly into the next 2026 here, letting it all go. Be yourself, move that energy. All the other side's playing a song in my head. It's kind of a quirky one, but it's one that my daughter did when she was skating. It was her favorite, was I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. And she'd skate around that arena like there was no tomorrow. And it was just like, she'd go, 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 those little legs. And that's what I like to move it, move it. And then they'd stop and they'd wait, and then they would go and play the song again. And so that's what this dance is. And know that it lines up all your chakras as well too, loosens them up, gets your joints going physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It gets you in touch with your soul again. Oop, I'll put that over there so don't shuffle it again. These are a nice deck. See, I like it when they pop out like that. Oh, look at nurturing came up too. This is all about self-awareness tonight. Goes right from like dancing to nurturing, which is your Gaia energy. It's it's about abundance. I'm looking at all the cards here. It's about, aging doesn't have to be like an old crone and you're all, it can be wonderful and flourishing and enjoying the process. I look at what I was like when I was when I was 19, 20, and compare myself to that person, that Lori that I knew then to the Lori I know now. Whoo! What a different duck. you know, I had to, I really do reflect back to how I stepped from a very quiet, you know, maybe not self-aware individual at 19, leaving the farm for the very first time in my life, all by myself, and to go to school in a place unknown for the first time in my life was scary. I cried. I didn't know if this was the right path. And then all of a sudden, all I needed to let my wings fly was that moment of taking that brave moment to be bold for myself, to say, I can do it. And you know, I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I stepped into that unknown and was me. And so this is about nurturing the soul too, not just nurturing like physical body too. 2026 is about eating differently too. I find that I'm eating less or I'm eating better. I'm addressing the issue of feeding the soul means feeding myself healthy as well too. Taking time for me. Nurturing is also about sitting back, taking 2 minutes of your day and reconnecting. You know, pulling back and saying, I just need to sit in the quiet for 2 minutes. It means not turning on the TV. It means not turning on the radio. It means not listening to everybody else around you. It means just go for a walk for like 2 minutes, even if it's just around your house. And if it's cold, then just stand outside on your porch and just have a nice, you know, cup of coffee. That helps nurture, bringing you back to balance, bringing you back to center. And no, give yourself permission to do that. Because that's about self-worth. You know, you're worth it to know that, you know, each and every one of you have showed up here today for your own sacred time to be part of this collective group of soul-led humans and people. I am so grateful. Okay, so, let's go with the butterfly cards. The other side's going that one. We're just having a fun time tonight. Oh, I'd like to know what you're dancing at the Connected. That would be lovely. Oh, there goes another one. I like it when they stick. Oh, there, see, we're back to Keep the Faith. We're getting repeat cards now, just different decks. And I love these are all butterfly cards, by the way. They're my favorites. And so she's sitting in the purple, which is about higher awareness and tuning into you know, the other side, which is also I input on the right side. That's my spirit side. That's how my guides come through. This is, you know, work and world. This is our caring, nurturing side, which is our left side, a female side, male side. Anyway, I digress. As I'm going through, it's just staying the course, be true to yourself, know that you're looked after, but making those great intentions for your 2026 year, stay true to you. No matter what everybody else thinks around you, it may seem kind of weird, you know, but you know in your heart that it's right. Keep the faith, because it's the right avenue for you. Don't second guess yourself. If you thought it and you got up and that was your first moment getting out of bed, then that's the truth for you. It may not make sense to anybody else, but don't let them dictate what you should be feeling, because that's not true for you. Then you're just letting the boundaries of they're scared because you're changing. But no, as you change, they're forced to change too. So that's kind of parts and parcel. So another one from that one. Let's see what the blue butterflies, that's what these ones are. The whole deck is all blue butterfly. Oh, we get 2. Lucky you guys. Oh, pardon me. There's a few. All in succession. Interesting. Okay, grief work. This is about letting go. Let go of your old stuff, your old sessions, your old belief system. It can be moving from one job to another job. If you guys are leaving something, it could be the fact that maybe you're feeling a little bit inadequate and leaving all those thoughts behind. It's all about letting go. What is it that you need to let go of in this moment in time so that you can move more forward? Then it's a 4-card deal, so you guys are getting it. Ha-ha! So that you can get into self-care and know that you're looking after self. And this is again too, self-care is, you know, acknowledging the fact of that my daughter and I are going to go away for a couple days to do self-care. It's about stepping into your power, stepping into your authentic self, stepping into that true female role. You know, and it's not even just female; it's all self-care. Men and women need to do more self-care, and allowing that to be part of your. You know, it could be just going self-care, can be going for a walk, it can be taking a picture and of the water or the sunset. That's all part of self-care, and knowing that that's part of it. So, retirement. And again, that's part of, you know, what are you willing to let go of? Again, retirement isn't just like, okay, you're going to collect your old age security and your pension, you're done. This is about retiring old beliefs. This is the last of the snake skin. Like, you might get headaches. You might feel like you're just, like, I've been exhausted. Like, just some days I just like, whew, I can be sitting and have tons of energy. All of a sudden, like today, I did a power surge of reorganizing the living room, pitching stuff, putting things in the thrift bin and getting ready to go out the door. And then all of a sudden, I sit down and just like, it hit me. I'm exhausted. Like my whole body just went into quiet, and all of a sudden I caught myself. Okay, well, maybe this is my time. I asked Spirit to meditate. Well, I didn't just meditate, so I took like 5 minutes and meditated, and then I had my blanket, of course, because it's chilly in the house, and fully conked right out. So honoring the other side, retirement is taking time for you. A lot of people in their senior years that's their time to step up to the plate, and they go and have an adventure because they had so many things that they were doing that they were committed to, you know, work and money, family. This is about retiring old beliefs and just enjoying your life too. So that goes with the self-care part. And then the last from that group is leaving. What is it in your situation that you need to let go of and just leave? This is something that, you know, I struggled with at the very beginning. It was really hard to leave certain situations because I'm one that I don't like to let go unless I've exhausted every possibility to try and fix. And when I was done fixing, I then learned that it wasn't my stuff, it was theirs. So leaving for me became a little bit easier, or the choice became more a little easier, but the movement of it was still hard. And so this is honoring myself to know that when I did leave, I knew within my whole heart what I was letting go of, that I trusted that I would be fine, I would be looked after, and I would be okay. And so leaving for me isn't just, you know, leaving a situation, it's starting over again. And again too, this whole year of the fire horse is, what are you leaving behind? Shed off those skins, start fresh, and forge ahead. And it's like that full gallop. Leave all that crap. And it like when you're sitting on a horse and you put that, you don't even have to have a saddle on. Sometimes just riding bareback is fun too, because you can just put your head down, stick your fingers in their manes, and just go hard. That's what the other side wants us to do. Grab the reins and go. Just go. And so leaving is leaving all that stuff behind on yourself and feeling that new fresh feeling. Maybe it's going on a holiday, and sometimes it's not just a holiday, it's a reconnect for ourselves. I can see there must be thoughts of somebody going away, because it's coming through really clear, and it's needed. It's needed to recalibrate, to come back with a better frame of mind. I think taking on too much of everybody else's stuff. So that's what this card is about. So last card from the draw, and then we'll do a quick meditation that I had. And if you guys have comments, or if you have any ideas that you want, feel free to embellish. Hang on, I'm grabbing a different deck here. This one is my fairies. Oh, there's more fairies over here. I'm going to have to sort through 8 different types of cards here to put them right back in their decks. So this is, where did this deck come from? Oh boy, I've lost the deck. They're fairies. Never mind, they're just fairies. And that one turned right away. Power. And it's my favorite color, purple. And so here she is sitting in the iris and just feeling all that beautiful purple amethyst, and power comes from really connecting again, really feeling within the soul. And she's sitting in lotus position for meditation, really feeling her own receiving from the other side. Spirit fairies that do just as much connecting as we do. So this is about taking time for you, taking time to reconnect. I like the purple hearts, Tracy. Those are really nice. They go with the card. And know that this is time for you. Stop I'm being told it's a new chapter in your life, a new time to move on and get what you need. And so taking time to be still, because that's when the energies start rolling for yourself. Stay in your power, stay true to you. Okay? So with that, I am going to slip into a meditation. So I told you it was Oracle card T, cozy time, so settle in and take a few minutes to kind of end this with a short meditation on golden sensitivity. So I'm going to take a quick drink. So while you guys find like a comfy spot, whether it's sitting, whether it's laying down, whether it's running, go pee for a minute, finding a blankie, go find 1 minute of just time to just regroup. And I'm going to have a drink of my what's left of my hot. And then we'll slide into meditation mode. I had to write it out. There we go. So when everybody's ready, move around, get yourself kind of, relaxed. Settle into your body. And allow your breath to deepen naturally. Just breathing in, hold for 4. Let it go with mouth open, breathing in. Hold. Let it go. Breath in. Hold. Let it go. Again, breath in. Hold. Let it go. And when you're ready, I want you to feel the support beneath you. Breathing in. Hold. And breath out. Let your shoulders drop. Breath in. Hold. Exhale out. Bring awareness down to your heart space. Feel that energy from the top of your head and move it on down, feeling it sit around your heart. Imagine a soft, open light surrounding your heart. And this is your sensitivity. Breathing in, hold, let it go. This sensitivity, it listens, it feels, it understands. And with each breath, allow that light to become clearer and steadier. This clarity is your boldness. It doesn't push or prove, it just simply knows. Breathing in, hold, and let it go. Let these two qualities blend. Softness guiding strength, awareness guiding action. Silently repeat, I am safe to feel. I trust myself to act. My sensitivity strengthens my boldness. Rest here for a few minutes. Breathing in, hold, let it go. Following in a natural rhythm of breath. Breathing in, hold, and let it go. Again, feeling sensitivity strengthening my boldness. When you're ready, I want you to gently return. And as you're returning, the closing part is, you are not too sensitive. You are deeply aware. You are not too bold. You are becoming clear. Both are meant to walk together, hand in hand, heart to heart. So when you're ready, feel yourself, your toes, and your legs, kind of wiggling away, your knees, and your upper thighs, kind of moving yourself around, up through your hips, kind of move your body around, get that energy flowing, your chakras kind of alive again. Feeling yourself in alignment. Moving that energy all the way up your tummy, through your lower back and your upper back. Feeling yourself move around. Up through your chest, your shoulders, wiggling your fingers. And up through your neck and your face and your ears. Feeling that energy move back up to your head. Being more aware. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Taking a deep breath in. And hold. And then deep breath out, exhale. And know that you are enough. You are enough. You are bold enough and sensitive enough. You can be both. So when we're ready, thank you to everybody tonight for holding space for me. And I hope I held space for you. And I hope that you got what you needed from this Thursday Live. And that your takeaway is that you matter. And that you are bold. You may be wrestling with sensitives within your own being, but know that you are listened to. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Just trust. Trust that the Spirit has got you. Spirit has got your back. Okay? And if anybody ever wants to reach out, feel free. I'm open for, again, in live journey readings, sorting out past, present, future, where you want to go, what kind of things do you need to let go of, what things you want to move forward with. We can work on all that. I'm opening up myself to more soul coaching opportunities, as well as readings, and as well doing there'll be long distance healing for Reiki. I'm going to be doing as well. Oh, thanks, Tracy. I miss you. I want to be. Not that I want to have all the snow, but I actually really miss like the snow and the area. So we'll get together one day. We'll pick up the phone and we can chitty chatty away. But I'm glad you came to the group, to the fun. So anyway, I shall call you soon for my next live. I'm hoping that the 7 o'clock is a good spot. If you guys like 7 better than 8, I'll try and kind of move around with that. Aw, miss you too. Good night. Okay, take care, Tracy. Take care, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to go pick up my daughter. She's playing games at the fort, so I got my ding, so I must go. There goes my mother duty again. Okay, take care, and bless it, each and every one of you from my